Okay, cool. Now we're live and recording this time. Huzzah!
Ah,
So we'll wait for Simon to jump in whenever he jumps in. But in the meantime, you can catch everybody up. Why don't we just quick introduce the characters for the folks at home? uh, so,
All right. Well, I'm playing the. Sorry, I'm getting. Are you getting an echo? This is
uh, no, I think we're okay.
okay. I am playing Nicodoxis Varokuzush, Wolfplanchard, Wolfshine, Harkount, Volman the 12th of Pelagoat. He is our starship captain. We operate a small, sort of jack of all trades merchant ship. It's got small cargo capacity. It's got a couple of staterooms. It's got hidden compartments for smuggling. Basically, whatever jobs we can pick up, we'll do. And we don't care too much about the legality or, as we saw in the last session, the practicality. It's,
Yes, you leave the planning up. Yeah, the planning is tomorrow Nixodoxus's job. Today's Nixodoxus is just dealing with stuff. Cool.
yes. No job is too small, but apparently no job is too big.
Apparently, yeah.
We are willing to take pretty much any job, even if it's way beyond our initial capabilities. So I'm Brian, and I'm playing Harper Durox, the young, energetic wanderer. And he's a jack of all trades with a mean special weapon and a little bit of psychic ability. And he refers to the captain as usually 12 or Nico because it's a lot easier.
And last but not least, Simon.
Yes. Can we like what we're doing?
Yeah, we're just introducing the characters because I did not record last week, so this week we're recording, and
okay.
I can put the AP up.
All right. So I just don't have my character sheet in front of me because my computer is so slow to load it. As far as I remember, I'm Arnold Jesper. I'm a merchant, smuggling things from here and there with my daughter. Can't
Michelle. I think
remember her name.
it was Michelle, I believe.
Michelle, yes.
That's right.
And she's the technician on board.
and as we found out, having our only character with technical skill be an NPC who doesn't go on missions is a really clever idea.
Yeah, we unintentionally gamed the system on that one.
As I recall, there were some difficulties that presented, so probably
It's true.
Oh, that doesn't mean she'll never come on mission.
Right.
All right. So when we left off, you were on the neutral world of Estrov, which is smack between the two rival powers, the Second Empire and the Drazen Republic, of which we don't know too much, except the Drazen Republic has some pretty high-tech worlds in this sector, and may well have access perhaps to First Empire tech. Not sure. So why don't we do that thing they do on TV and just assume a week has gone by and catch up with our characters? I mean, we're laying low for a little while you passed off your genetically engineered and angelic psionic creature.
Yeah, what did you do with him?
I believe he was put into frozen storage and then shipped off world by his friend Nix, or their friend Nix.
Oh. I mean, are we carrying him on our ship, or is that a different ship? I thought
I got the impression they were going to ship on a different ship because you guys were probably a little hot.
Okay.
Yeah, our heat was high.
Okay, fair enough. I thought I missed that in the last session. I thought we were actually carrying him off forward. Okay, that's fine.
I mean, if that's more interesting, we can certainly
No,
do
no.
that.
I mean, whichever direction you want to take it.
Let's let Theron hang out for a little while. We'll leave him in the breeze for a bit and catch
Okay.
up with him.
Yeah, we'll have to rescue him at one point or another anyway.
Oh yeah. So cool. Harper, what have you been doing in this week of laying low and trying to, survive?
Harper has gone through sort of a musical montage of so there's been a certain amount of working out and eating right and cleaning his weapons, but also I did end up with 1 unit of monetary credit, so I've been going out and meeting people and making friends.
That could be useful. And by useful, I mean terrible for you. So that's great. Nicodoxus, what have you been doing?
Well, we've got a full cargo hold already, so I've been mostly prowling around looking for any portable items that I could ship or pass passengers. I've been hanging out mostly at the local tea houses. I have very high standards when it comes to tea, so I've been trying to find something that lives up to my standards, and I've been really disappointed. The soil on this planet, it it just doesn't grow tea like you can get on Pelagot.
That might come in handy. We might be able to get you some passengers. And finally, last but not least, Arnold, what's up with you?
Yeah, probably we did try to do me and Michelle trying to do some little jobs here and there to patch up from the not so great economic status of our last mission. Probably talked with Alextra, I think. Was that her name?
Yep, that's her name.
Yeah.
Alextra D'Urbain is her name in full.
So probably talk to her a bit, just to hang out and try to get some cues from her how to get bare money next time on the job.
Well, funny you should mention that.
Oh, I forgot about that. We're like on retainer now or something.
Yes, you are. And as it turns out, Alextra has a job for you.
Oh.
So I think she probably meets with Simon. I think she meets all of you at one of the higher end tea houses, since she seems to share Nicodoxus's love of good tea.
Oh.
And so she meets you guys down there, dressed as she normally is, impeccably. She probably has a couple guys in her retinue who just sitting at a table nearby, and like, well, so you guys haven't been arrested yet. That's always a bonus. What I can do for you is a couple of things. First, I can get you papers to get out of system without, being pulled over by the Empire and searched stem to stern, and we'll know what they'll find, namely you.
That'd be good.
Second, I have a job for you. I would like you to ship an item to me to the Vilmatur system, which is, just right next door. Should be easy, should be fun. So they are a kind of an interesting system. It's an asteroid belt. It's an industrial system. They manufacture the enormous hyperspace engines for the Imperial fleet in this sector, in these gigantic space docks. But that's not the thing that you need to worry about. However, they are a little clannish. Each company in Vilmator is run by a separate imperial noble, and they like to compete, and they don't play. They play for keeps. So anyway, what I need you to do is I need you to ship a very, very valuable glass sculpture, and I want you to drop that off with the Dax clan. And then you're going to pick up from the Dax clan an extremely valuable meteoric glass sculpture. And I want you to ship that to the Vobis clan. And that'll be it. And I'm willing to pay you guys quite well for this, since I know you can handle it, even though your ship is not armed. Is that correct? Well, then this will be exciting for everybody.
That's correct. We are certainly not armed. Is there any reason why we might need weapons for a simple contractual commercial transaction like this?
I can't think of a single reason. Oh, no, wait. I can think of a single reason. The Appia clan is actually at war with both Dax and Vobis currently. So they have sort of declared that they will just, what was the word? Unlimited warfare. Yeah, that's it.
Well, that's great, because we were planning to run silent and run deep. So it really is very applicable.
Yes, but you don't anticipate any hostility from the Dax or the Vobis clan,
no, of
as far
course
as they're
not.
concerned. I'm just making sure. It's sometimes whether it's. I want to be clear whether this was a delivery or a delivery.
What?
Yes,
There's nothing.
Delivery is good. Delivery is good.
Delivery is very good. You still have those smuggling compartments on your ship, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you should definitely use those.
Okay. And is the Appia clan just sort of doing like interdictions and harassment, or do they have like an actual like zone set up that they don't want anybody to pass through?
Right now, they're operating in basically a condition of commerce warfare. They have hired other scruffy anti-heroes with letters of marque, and they are doing so. Right now, it's kind of just proxy through commerce raiding, but because we're all one big happy empire, right?
Right.
Yeah. So open warfare would be frowned upon by the imperial powers that be, but commerce raiding, well, that's just normal, and none of them are big enough to start a corporate war at the megacorp level. You should know that my company is supplying all sides and anybody else who wants in. So
awesome.
Yeah, well, ask Arms for all your warfare needs.
Okay, you said this was an industrial system. What is the market like for luxury goods? Because we do have a couple of compartments full of luxury goods that we need to find a good market for.
So luxury's best market is rich. There is a rich system one jump past Vilmator. It is Rex. Actually, it's two jumps, I think. Nope. Wait.
Rexov?
No, Vorex is.
Vorex.
Oh, okay. One jump past Vilmator.
Yep, Vorex is.
Right.
I believe. Yep. So if you get to Vilmator, you can jump to Vorex and sell your cargo at an advantage, or you can try and sell it in Vilmator. I mean, you just won't get as
but we can come up with a plausible excuse for stopping at Vilmator on our way to Vorax. We don't want to advertise that we've got any particularly valuable items on us.
Oh, yeah. In the event of your capture or destruction, of course, Astrarms will deny any relationship with you.
Of course.
In fact, I'm not here. I'm just a hologram. Andrew takes a sip of tea.
Yes. We are all holograms here, and I take a sip of tea.
I'm not. I'm pretty real. I was kind of hoping to get a beer, but they don't seem to have any here, which is unfortunate. I do have one question for the captain. Are we planning to go kind of straight to Vorex and get rid of our luxury goods, or are we going to risk doing the mission while we still have them in our hold?
I think we'll try to slip in and out of Vilmot. We've got the stealth drive, so hopefully we'll make contact in Vilmater, slide out, and nobody will ever spot us.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think we want to detour all the way past Vilmator and come back. That's a lot of fuel.
All right.
Yeah, your ship can make one jump on a tank of fuel, and then you got to refuel. So you can jump one hex. So
yeah. Okay, so we need to refuel in Vilmator anyway.
Yep.
Okay.
You do not have long legs, or fast legs, or fists. You're peaceful merchants.
That's right.
Yes.
There are but tortoise just in his shell. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can convince people to board you. That'll work. Okay, so that's the mission she offers you. If you choose to accept it, she's going to offer you 2 creds a rover plus a bonus for completion. If you, yeah, that's certainly not a commentary on the perceived risk of the mission.
Of course it isn't.
Of course not. Of course not.
Because knowing Alextra, that's probably a 4 credit per rover mission, but she's downsizing us to 2 because she knows that we were cheap.
we have no idea.
Right. It should be fine. I mean, as long as nobody knows we're coming and our stealth drive doesn't go offline at an inconvenient time, what could possibly go wrong?
Only everything, but I'm done with it anyway.
Yeah, confidence is high. I have ancient money signs in my eyes, so I'm pretty sure it'll go well.
Nothing.
Oh no, it will go horribly wrong, but we'll manage.
Okay. So it sounds like you guys want the gig, and that's good. So that would be great. Is there anything you guys want to do now that the clock has started?
Maybe get a bit of information on the 3 clans we're going to encounter.
Yeah, the Dax, the
Volbus clan and the Appia clan.
Sure. So, how are you doing that there, Arnold?
Well, those are pretty legitimate companies, right?
Yeah. They're all run by Imperial nobles.
All right, so there should be somewhere like a database of some kind of database of information about companies, nobles, things like that. I'm just going to search that.
Okay, why don't you give me a wit roll on this, and we'll see how well you do.
And it's a 10.
That's okay. Wow, that's fantastic.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay, so the Dax and the Vobus have been having this feud for about 100 years. And only recently has Appia kind of like gotten into this business. It looks like Appia is trying to make a name for themselves in the system. They started out by trying to broker a truce between Dax and Vobus. And that didn't work, so now they're at war with all three. Now all 3 of them are at war with each other. So that's part one. It seems like, for whatever reason, these items that you're shipping are actually really important. But yeah, for 10, it seems that these are two culture relics from the first empire origins of these clans. And so the one you're shipping to Dax is an ancient relic of their family that was thought lost or destroyed by Vobis, and somehow Astrarms has turned it up. And you're going to go and pick up the ancient glass statue from Dax and ship it to Vobis as a peace offering. That's their old clan artifact. And
Okay.
Appia would like to get either or both as a way to count coup against them.
Okay, and
We have a better view of the situation now.
okay, is the Dax clan aware that the meteoric glass sculpture is going to Volbus, or do they just know that that's the payment for the sculpture we're delivering to them?
Huh, that's an excellent question. Let's say they don't. I think Astra Arms is just trying to negotiate this into something that will come out on their side. So maybe they were asked by the Empress. Who knows? They're pretty powerful.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to do a little checking up on the family history. I just want to get before I show up, I want to get an idea of who the major family members are in each clan, and I'd also want to find out if any of them are on Estrov at the moment.
Okay, none of them are on none of the faction leaders are on Estrov. The Dax clan is led by Terran Dax. She's very young. She's maybe in her early 20s, but she's shown herself to be an extremely capable leader, mostly on the business side. Most of the actual fighting is done by her Lieutenant Natilia. Natilia of Appia, who is defected to the Dax clan. No tension there.
Whatever.
Vobis is led by Caven Vobis. He is an older guy in his 60s. He has the most impressive title. He's actually a Duke of some core world. That doesn't seem to carry over to much, but he does have the most impressive title. And his main guy is a guy named Zulo, who is actually on Estrov. Zulu is more of a high-powered corporate attorney kind of guy. He's a fixer. And as for the Appias, they're kind of led by this central council of 4 brothers. Let's give them Arfan, Elber, Gazad, and Jero. And their gig is that the Empress likes them.
It's
Yeah.
always handy.
Yeah, Arfan went to school with the Empress. They are aggressive. They're well armed. They have a lot of money. They got a contract to build warships during the early Reconquest part of this sector. So they had enough money that they could decide to go after Dax and Vobis. Of the 3, Vobis probably has the best military. I'm not Vobis, Dax. Vobis has the most impressive title and the most connections, but Appia has a lot of money and they are favorites at court.
Okay. Yeah, I can imagine some really flashy year-end reports coming up.
Okay.
holographic,
Okay.
So how all that Zula is on planet on Estrov right now, which is kind of interesting because Estrov is the neutral world. So what is he doing here? That's a good question. I mean, could be innocent.
We might be able to get some help from him, because we are going to give Vobus something they want.
Yeah,
It's
but I'm
true.
not right. I'm not sure what kind of help we can get from him. I mean, I think we want to avoid having anybody know our connection to
True.
to either clan before we leave. So if we do contact him, we need to be very careful. And I'm
Yeah, I
not
see what
quite
you
sure
mean.
what there is to be gained.
We don't really know where everybody's loyalties lie.
Mm.
I mean, there's a lot of interest. I mean, obviously, war generates a lot of money, so maybe a number of people don't want a peace to break out. I don't know.
True. I'd like to check. I'd like to check anyway on that Zulu guy. Maybe if we don't have his help, we at least can have some dirt on him.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, Zulo he is going in the upper reaches of Estrov society. So, how are you planning to get to him?
Beaufonchamp, you want this one?
Well, are there any social engagement where he's likely to be present where I can wangle an invitation?
Yes, there is a Scavian polo match this weekend.
Okay. Well,
This weekend,
I mean,
however, we are losing a lot of time.
yeah. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not a huge fan of Scavian polo. I like the traditional variety with horses instead, but
So you just don't like the fact that the Scavians are symbiotes, huh? Okay. That's fine.
it's not that they're symbiotes. I'm just a traditionalist.
Oh.
I mean, I feel like the traditional polo with horses, it just takes more skill.
It's a fair point. So how do you plan to wrangle your way into the box? If you want to spend a credit, that should be enough in bribes to make that happen. Or yeah, I'm also open to other suggestions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if this is worth spending money on. It's I mean, what do you think? Do we really want to spend a bunch of time trying to get to him, or just take off and head straight to the system?
Yeah, and second consideration, it's not the money, it's the time.
Yeah,
I don't like
yeah. It's time, it's money. Might be better to just head quietly to Vilmatar and see if we can make the delivery as stealthily as we can.
Okay then. So this will be entertaining. Cool. All right. So you fuel up the ship, and Alextra fuels it up for you because she took one look at you guys like, you're broke again, aren't you? Fine.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed that I reek of whiskey in front of her. Man, it's like she sees right through me.
Yeah, she's gonna take that out of your bonus.
It all comes back, man.
So all right. So you take off. Your starport papers get you through without being arrested or searched.
Woo.
You make the jump to Vilmatur, and 132 hours later, you emerge from hyperspace. And I think I need our pilot to make a grit roll.
Okay.
Because this is an asteroid belt. but it's a movie asteroid belt, so it's all tumbling rocks and dust clouds. Not a real asteroid belt where all the asteroids are 10,000 kilometers apart.
Yeah. Okay, well that's an 8.
Okay, an 8. Cool. Let's take a look. Our friend the Lady of Camelot, huh? Okay. Okay. So on an 8, you're mostly all right, but you got smacked pretty good by an asteroid right as you were emerging from hyperspace. And Arnold, you hear Michelle screaming from down in the engine room.
Okay, I'm there in like 0.2 seconds.
Fortunately, she's not screaming in pain or like she's being sucked out of the ship. She's banging on one of the hyperdrive motivators and screaming like, "I just put this back together, and now it's fried."
All right, calm down. We'll try to repair this.
It was just a glancing blow. I think under the circumstances, I did a pretty good job.
I don't know if you've got the starship sheet filled out, but you should check off the crippled on your ship. And so the hyperdrive is busted. It's non-functional right now until you can get it repaired. It's not like destroyed. You just need parts, and this is a high-tech system that builds spaceships. So, but it's just one more complication you're gonna have to deal with.
Okay, but we're still good for in system. We just can't leave the system until we get it repaired. And I'm sure either of these clans will be happy to help us out.
Yep.
Sure.
So you're approaching the starbase, which is a big asteroid about the size of Sears, and or Ceres. This is run by
Sears. Well, it's also the size of Sears Mega Corporation, which is
Sears Robot Mega Corporation.
Yeah. But
so this is run by Clan Torhan, which is led by Prince Torhan, who is about 90 years old and doesn't care about anything. And they're officially neutral, possibly because they bought all the high-tech weaponry to defend the starport. So you can land there. You can just hail them. Clan Dax is somewhat further away in a denser and more inaccessible part of the belt. That's why you didn't jump straight there, because it's just way too dangerous.
Okay, so we should get the ship fixed before going.
Well, no, wait. I'm not sure. I think maybe we should just engage the cloak and go straight to Dax. Make as few stops as possible.
Yeah. Well, if you think you can handle it, I'm all for it.
Right.
Because once on the Dax clan, we can split up, and me and Michelle will go look for parts for repairs, and you guys will handle the transaction. Says the merchant.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're probably safer if having as few people as possible know that we're in system.
Yeah.
I will feel a lot more comfortable when we've made both the deliveries.
All right. So if you think you can handle the field while we're crippled, go for it.
It's just the hyperdrive that's crippled. So as long as we don't need to run away from anybody and make an emergency jump out of the system, we'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, on the plus side, with the hyperdrive crippled, have you guys noticed that banana smell is gone? That's pretty nice, right?
True, it's true.
I don't know why that happens with our ship, but it's nice that it's gone for a little while.
Okay.
It'd probably be worse when we repair it.
I've never asked you your guys' stats. I think I want to get that real quick.
They are pretty impressive.
Why don't we start with Harper then?
Harper has wit 1, might 0, grit 0.
Oh,
Okay.
you just have one term?
Just one term. I'm young, energetic.
Yeah, I'm weary. Too old for
Uh,
this.
yeah, what's Arnold's stats?
With 0 might and grit +1.
And Nixus?
Nicodoxis has wit 3, might -1, grit 0.
Fascinating. Okay, cool. So Arnold, you're helping Michelle run the cloak, which
Mhm.
normally, under the best of circumstances, it's, kind of hinky, but it just runs fine. But here you have a problem that you're in this, region of tumbling rock and interstellar dust. So it's much harder to keep the cloak running at peak efficiency.
Okay.
Why don't you give me a grit roll? Just because you're just constantly down there pushing buttons that she tells you to push, pulling wires that she tells you
That
to
one?
pull.
The one shaped like a half moon? Okay, yeah, I'll try that one. Move the dice. And grit is 5.
Oh, that's not supposed to happen.
Am I already spending a strain? Nah, not yet.
So you got a 4, huh?
Well, +1, so 5. But
All
still,
right.
it's 6
Well-
minus.
Well, that changes everything. Okay. So this is what happens. As you're cutting through the denser region towards the Dax cluster, you come across a ship that is being attacked by 3 smaller ships. And as you approach, between the ionization caused by their high energy weapons and a cloud of particularly nasty iridium dust, your cloak just fails. It's not shorted out or broken. It just you weren't able to match the conditions precisely enough, so it
I
just
was
sort
supposed
of
to turn the
faded out.
valve counterclockwise, but I always forget which one is which.
Right, because who uses a clock with hands anymore?
Yeah.
Right.
That's a clock.
So one of the ships peels off from its attack and is headed straight towards you guys.
Oh man. Well, that's okay. I'm not married to my character. I'm always willing to make a new one. Try somebody maybe more experienced next time. I don't know. Okay, well we can't warp. We can't hyperdrive out, and the cloak is down. We have no weapons. Can we try to outmaneuver them? Maybe, Captain, think 3-dimensionally. That's my advice to you.
Look, I'm a spaceship captain. I always think 3-dimensionally. I mean, what do you think? You think I grew up piloting a boat on on an ocean or something?
I don't know. You got to get us out of here.
I forgot something.
Okay.
Arnold was just Mitchell is worrying about why this happened, and there's just like a valve that needs to be open, and like, shouldn't we just like release this, and I use my lucky talent
Ah.
to just bypass this.
Okay.
I forgot I had that last session.
No,
So,
this is
hey, can I just do this? And I push like a few buttons and everything pops out again.
Right.
okay. So the cloak cuts back on, and that ship sort of,
Right.
I mean, it's
Right. Yeah. I mean,
close
I see.
down, whatever.
Yeah, I see the cloak come on. I change course. Duck behind an asteroid. We get away from him. I mean, if all 3 ships were going after us, we might be in trouble. But one ship, yeah, I can. Even if he's looking for us, I can dodge as long as the cloak stays up.
So because of that, so you're kind of moving through the fight zone, or on the fringes of it now, and you're getting this very weak transmission from the ship that's being attacked. It's a captain in the Dax service. Captain Yves Lil. She is calling for any assistance from Dax or neutral or Imperial ships.
Oh, man.
I mean, I don't think there is anything we can actually do to help. I mean, unless we want to try to distract some of the ships, but that seems like a bad plan.
We should stay on target.
Is there any way that we could use the cloak to somehow create sensor signatures that there are actually multiple ships approaching?
So your tech is Michelle, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe drop off a beacon. Can we reprogram a beacon to sound like it's a ship, like it's a rescue ship? Maybe we can scare them off.
Yeah, sure. Harper had the idea. Harper, why don't you give me a wit roll? Because you and Michelle are working on it while Arnold is downstairs holding onto 4 buttons like this.
All right.
I have a cramp in my finger.
Just hold on, Dad.
Okay. 8.
8. Okay, cool. Yeah. So you drop the beacon, and so you wanted to make this project like it's other ships.
Yeah, like sensor shadows of approaching ships.
Right, and have like a transmission saying, "Hold out just a few more minutes. We're almost there."
All right.
We're trying to trick them into retreating.
So what happens is the 3 little Corsairs peel off, but as they do, you can see that one of them fires some kind of transport pod at the larger ship, the Grace of Tarv, and it looks like they are being boarded by these other forces. You don't know whose forces, but they're being boarded by somebody.
Oh, that's something we can do something about, guys. We can't let all those people die. And if we help out a Dax ship, maybe that could really smooth things for us.
Yeah, well, Dax was probably the least of our problems. I think they're expecting us, something like that.
It's true, but I mean, there could be.
I'm all for saving life and losing time.
Right.
I mean, when you say it like that, it makes me feel bad. I don't know.
I kind of feel bad, like either way. I'm gonna die. I get more money. It's just bad choices.
How big is this Dax ship? How many? And what kind of ship is it? Can we tell?
It looks like it's a armed merchant ship, about the same size as yours. So medium. It looks like it's some kind of cargo hauler.
Right.
Okay.
So even a small boarding party could very likely take it. Although they're probably better armed than we are.
Probably, but there's probably not a lot of them. Those other ships were small and probably did not have too many people on board.
Right. Right. Can we tell how many people are on the board? Would likely be on the boarding party from the size of the pod?
Sure. Why don't you give me a wit roll?
Okay. That's... Okay, that's a 15.
Okay.
Wow.
So you get
3.5.
lots of useful information. First, when you look through the sensor logs, and fortunately, you've been in asteroid belt systems before, so you know the trick of backlighting against the radiation background that's scattered by the dust. They only sent over 2 humans, and they didn't look particularly, they weren't like Imperial Marines. You didn't get a battle armor signature or anything. They did, however, send 1 robot, which looks like it's some sort of combat droid, and a large bundle that had a radiation signature, so you're pretty sure they brought over a nuke just in case.
Oh,
Okay.
A small nuke, not a big nuke, just a little nuke, just enough to blow up the ship.
It's actually a good thing. That's something we can use if we get the
that's
nuke.
true. Steal the nuke?
For the nuke.
Right.
I'll offer it.
Right. I mean, maybe we can. That's if they leave the nuke on the transport pod. Maybe we can board the pod while they're boarding the ship and grab the nuke
Yeah.
and disarm it, and hopefully the ship can fight off the boarders.
Yeah, and then we're not completely defenseless, guys. We've got some weapons. I mean, I've got Clymenestra here, and I slap my machine gun.
Right. Okay. Let's try. Let's try to get close with the cloak and board the transport pod
All right.
while they're boarding the ship.
It sounds
Oh
like
my
a
God.
good plan, or actually a bad plan that's going to be good.
Yeah, it's like a microwave instead of a microwave. It's crazy.
This can't possibly go wrong. Okay.
I said at this time, Michelle's coming with me. We might need her help to defuse a nuclear weapon.
Probably true. Yeah.
Yeah. That seems like the end.
Okay. Why don't we take a quick break right now?
All right.
And
Okay.
be back in about 5 minutes with the boarding of the Grace of Tarv.
Sounds awesome. All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right, guys.
Say, Simon.
Yes.
My system froze up on me again when she was explaining what was going over there. In addition to the bomb, was it just like a couple of humans, or was there also something else?
2 humans and probably a combat robot.
Ah, okay.
That's a more worrying bit.
Yeah. But the good thing is, these guys are like from a corporation, right? So they shouldn't be like suicidal. They're gonna want to get off that ship, right?
They might be other rovers like us.
Yeah, but even better. I mean, they certainly don't want to blow themselves up.
Yeah. They might be the corporate, if they're corporate, but the Apia clan, they might be a bit more zealous than we anticipate.
Hey, look at this.
We have a map.
That works out perfectly.
Yeah.
It even has the blue background, like my old Beowulf map.
Ah, I can re-roll the dice.
So yeah, I spent my time making a little drawing for you guys.
Now it's much more clearer. We know exactly where we are.
The good old Grace of Tarv.
Okay, is everyone back?
Yep.
Okay, I am monitoring the boarding pod on the sensors, and I'm going to try to get off a tight beam transmission to the Grace of Tarv so that they can't overhear it, and see if I can talk to their captain.
Okay. This sounds nervy and dangerous, so why don't you make me a grit roll?
We should have never told her our attributes.
6.
It's a terrible idea.
Okay. I think I had better take some strain because I am not happy with just a 6.
Arnold, what is your grit and undisclosed number of grit?
Okay, well that is it. That is an 8. I think I will settle for an 8.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you get on. You're able to get a tight beam transmission to the bridge, and Captain Eve is saying, "Who are you? What affiliation are you? Why aren't you firing?"
Okay, I explained to Captain Yves that we are an unarmed merchant vessel, and that we send a fake transmission to scare the pirates off. I give her the information about the boarding party. I tell her that if she can delay them on the ship, we can pick her up at another hatch. And I tell them that they've got a nuke. We can try to disarm it. Just
can any of you fight over there?
Heck yeah!
Yeah.
Well, we could use your help because we are carrying Natalia of Appia, the lieutenant of our clan.
Oh.
She was traveling incognito. I guess cognito now.
all right. Okay,
All right.
so
I guess now saving the Grace of Tarv kinds of outweighed the other possibilities.
okay, so and is there another hatch that they can leave through? Because if they can, I mean, if they can board the Grace of Tarv, and if Natalia of Appia can exit through another hatch, we pick her and the crew up. We abandon the Grace of Tarv, and maybe even set off the nuke they've got in the pod.
Okay. Yes, there is a hatch near the crew quarters. That's the good news. The bad news is that they're pretty sure that the invaders who are from Clan Appia are already in the crew quarters.
Hmm.
Okay, so that's all right. All right, we're gonna. I think we're gonna have to go to Plan B, which is to try to take them off guard and attack from behind.
Hmm.
Anybody
Classic
else?
pincer maneuver?
Yeah. Anybody else got any other suggestions?
Yeah.
No, that sounds.
Well, we can always try a pincher attack. Like some people from the pod, the others from the quarters.
Right. I think I should stay aboard. I think I should stay aboard the ship. Michelle should disarm, or at least put the nuke under our control, so we can set it off if we want. And the two of you should attack them from behind, and hopefully.
And we have to go through the engine room to get to the enemy. So Arnold, if you happen to see some kind of crucial part laying around.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we need a spare part for our hyperdrive.
So maybe two birds enter, one stone leaves. I don't know. All right, let's do this thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it sounds like so Harper and Arnold are going into the engine room?
Yes.
And what's Nix and Michelle doing? Or Nikodoxis?
I think I'm staying on the bridge, and I'm running the sensors. I'm ready to pilot the ship away. Do anything we can with the ship.
Okay, so yeah, you'll have opportunities to make helping rolls for people.
Right.
That's cool.
Right.
And the rest of you guys are boarding in the engine room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And the nuke, is that still in the pod, or did they carry that with them?
Unknown without you. Give me let's call it a wit roll.
Okay, that's all right. Let's put these out of the way. That's a 6.
Whoa. We've lived to see this day.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Where's the nuke?
These sensors.
You're not sure what they've done with the nuke.
Man.
Unfortunately, the Grace of Tarv actually has some pretty hefty-duty radiation shielding, and once the pod smashed its way into the engine room, you kind of lost it off your scopes.
All right.
All right, let's go.
All right, so you swing over to the airlock. Eve still has control of that much of the ship, so she's able to pop open the docking collar. You sidle up, and you guys come storming over there. I'm assuming medium load or heavy load or what?
Oh, man, good question.
Probably heavy.
I think I'm going heavy this time.
All right, not to be fucked with.
Heavy.
Okay, cool. All right, so you burst in, or do you? Are you trying to be stealthy, or are you just going in there like a freight train?
Okay. I think stealthy at first.
If we can be, yeah. The element of surprise could be super helpful to us.
Right. I think the ship's approach was stealthy, but once they're on board, they're probably going to be the boarders are probably going to be probably not even going to realize that there's anyone behind them. So don't need to be super stealthy.
Okay, cool. All right. So you come in barreling through, and what you encounter in the engine room is the robot. It's the first thing you see.
Ah,
It basically looks like the cement mixer on a cement truck, just kind of hovering in air, not quite that big, but just kind of hovering on its grav pods, muttering to itself, "Hey, here I am, brain the size of a planet. I'm guarding an engine room."
That robot.
And
be careful, Arnold. AIs are crazy.
as soon as you guys poke your heads around a corner, SHV 1288 Shiv, as it's called, immediately starts firing back at you guys. Zap, zap, zap,
Oh.
zap, 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 who's in front?
I probably am because I'm young and energetic.
Cool. Why don't you give me a grit roll here to avoid catastrophe as it fires its turbo laser at you?
All right. Oh man. Okay. Come on, boxcars. Actually 7, which is, it's not terrible, especially for a guy that was like super surprised to see this
Okay.
AI cement mixer firing at him.
Were you trying to shoot back or
Heck yeah.
Okay, cool. So you guys are gonna both do damage to each other. That is awesome. So you're using your special weapon, which has spray, not AP, right?
True. Yeah.
Okay, this will be fun. May I remind you that there are no load items like reflect armor on your character sheet? Because
Yes.
lasers are normally armor piercing, as is this laser. So why don't you do a die of damage and take a die of damage?
Okay. Yeah. Let's see here. So I hit for 3.
Okay. A hit, a palpable hit.
And should I roll my own damage against myself, or do you want to?
Yes.
God,
Yes.
so
I'm feeling cruel tonight.
I'm always gonna roll a 6 when I do this. So oh, thank God. All right.
Do you want to check
1.
off reflect? Because if you do, then
No, I'll take that point.
Okay.
Actually, that goes on. Yeah, because it goes on my regular armor, right?
It goes right through your regular armor.
Yeah. All right.
Unless so if you check off reflect, then you'll have armor 1 versus lasers, and you're allowed to stack those because
Okay.
traveler.
Right.
Let's not worry about it.
All right, then that is what I will do then.
All right, cool. So it burns a hole in your whatever your spacesuit or your armor, but the reflect bounces it back off. But you guys now are in a bit of a spot. You're in like a corridor filled with heavy machinery on both sides. You've ducked under cover, but the robot's just kind of floating there, blocking your way with heavy duty laser. And
does the robot have like a gun? It's in robotic hands, or is it like integrated in the robot?
I think it's integrated. It like folded its arms back inside of it.
Okay.
But it's just sort of hovering there, like, really? Come on, guys.
Okay.
I mean, I've been a combat droid for decades. What have you guys been doing?
All right.
Do you want to throw a grenade at it or something?
I was going to save the grenades for the humans. What good? I feel Weapon. What can I take with weapons? Just weapons. The options.
Let's see here.
They're usually, it's going to be a 1d6 weapon. If you want to take a laser, that's fine. You just have to also take laser power pack to go with it.
Okay. And so that will go through its armor.
Yep.
Okay, so that is what I'm going to do. So I'm probably going to, if we're on one side of a hatch or corridor, I'm just going to go to the other side and shoot him while transferring position.
Cool. Why don't you make me a might roll there?
That I can do. It's a 12. 11 plus 1.
12. That's like a critical hit. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Roll me your damage.
1d6, right?
Yep.
1.
Okay.
I was really awesome doing it. Even if
but it's still a critical hit, so it's only 1 point of damage, but it's right on one of its grav thrusters, so it starts to heal over. It's like, wait. So it has to throw out an arm to steady it, but it's kind of immobile now. When it does move, it's pretty ponderous.
Okay.
All right, that's good.
Maybe we can finish him quickly up close, like go on him and chop some circuits or something like that.
What about could we get past it without being in this field of fire, or will it still be able to get a shot at us?
That would sound like the result of a roll of some kind. So why don't you give me that kind of sounds that sounds gritty to me, because you got
I've got a suggestion. Can I get Captain Yves to link our computers so I can activate the fire suppression system in the engine room, and that will block his lasers. Give them a chance to dash past.
Yes, but give me grit, because I'm gonna treat grit tonight as doing stuff under fire.
Okay. Okay, so that is a 6. Okay, I'll do one more strain. That's an 8. All right.
An 8 is not too bad.
Right.
Okay. On an 8, you're gonna get past our friend the robot. But your choice. Just take a die of damage each, or not get past him, but you can attack back.
I have no problem just attacking. Can I get a little close to him?
Sure, under the cover of the fire suppression system, yeah.
Well, I'm probably going to try and take my concealed blade and just go through some areas where there's no armor between the joints where the grafting is, and just slice up some circuits.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds mighty.
Yep.
This guy is crazy.
I prefer to get up close. I hate range weapons.
You hate robots, is what you hate.
Yeah. That's Michelle's things. 8.
An 8? Okay, that is okay, cool. So here's what we're gonna do. Yeah. Do a d6 of damage. We'll call it AP. Take a d6 of damage, because you're gonna do that anyway. Mm-hmm. And also, something is destroyed by the robot smacking you in the face with its arm. So what we're going to call that is your load is reduced by 1. You're still heavily loaded. It's just you have one less box that you can check off.
All right. So I do 3 damage.
That is good.
He does 6.
Whoa. He's got like little radial saws come out.
Yeah, I think it was not so much it slapped you in the face as 2 heavy-duty arms slashed out of its side, picked you up, and tossed you into one of the engine mission blocks.
I don't know. What were you thinking, man?
Okay, I really hate robots.
However, if you're wearing armor, that will soak. You can use your
Well,
armor, not armor piercing.
Problem is, I'll have maybe no more no more room for anything. I'm already weary. You could destroy one of my things.
Oh, that's right.
So,
So you're already at 5, then you're at 4, and you've checked off weapon and laser power pack. So I guess you have 2 load left.
I guess I can take an armor. Yeah, probably I would have taken 1 armor.
All right, so that's 1 point that will soak. Still,
Finish
yeah.
it.
So what are you doing, Harper?
Whoa. Well, I'm not doing that. That is for damn sure. I'm going to learn from my elders. And let's see. The option was I could try to run past it, take a die of damage.
Right.
Or
and then you're gone. You're out, or you can fight back. And if you want to get close or do something fancy, the fire suppression's definitely helping you here.
all right. Let's see. I have 1 box left. Man, I have no idea. Not having read the Rovers monster manual, I have no idea how many hit points this thing has. I think I'm just going to try to be cautious and use some of the heavy machinery as cover, in addition to the, halon or whatever that's coming down on us, and fire at the angry robot.
Okay, with your special weapon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Special weapon takes up 2 slots, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Ooh, there we go. Boxcars.
Wow. Okay. So you managed to hit it in the spot that Arnold was stabbing at, which is good. So why don't you give me a die of damage, but it's going to be armor piercing.
All right, excellent. Yeah, I'll say Arnold probably just sort of like carved almost like an X into the exact spot. That's what he was trying to do. Oh.
Yep, that's it.
2 points of AP.
All right, it's it's kind of sparking and everything. It's like, all right, guys, wait, let's not get crazy here.
That's a good sign.
Look, I'm programmed to be highly loyal. I'm also programmed to take a sleep cycle every 36 hours.
Oh, this might be a good time for a sleep cycle.
I was thinking that if you guys wanted to just keep going.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yep. Oh, if you see Jim, don't tell him I sent you.
Don't worry, we have a different message for Jim.
All right, so it slinks off with its 3 hit points left.
Yes.
So many opportunities we could have destroyed it, but we rolled so low.
But it's the problem with AI, with strong self-preservation.
That's right.
Okay, so you're able to head up the corridor towards crew quarters.
Can we just check the pod before if there's something in?
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't take too long. The nuke is not there.
Okay.
All right.
Meanwhile, over back on the Lady of Camelot, Nicodoxus, you're getting frantic calls from Eve. Like, I think they're like outside the bridge. Can you please tell your people to hurry?
Yeah. I think they figured that out on their own. They're going as fast as they can. I passed the message on, but Okay, and I mean, I'm trying to. I'm trying to use my computer link to see if I just to track the boarding party.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, we'll let that be a roll when you need it to be a roll
okay.
to help people. So
Right.
cool. All right, so you guys get up to the crew quarters, and they've been shot up pretty bad by just kind of random fire. One of the crewmen from the Grace is there, dead. And you can definitely hear the sound of a heavy cutting torch coming up from the bridge area. But parked right in the middle of the crew quarters is a sleekly black and ominous looking nuclear warhead from a torpedo.
Oh, yeah, right. That okay. No more grenades. That's off the table.
If you throw the grenade, the bomb will get mad at us and blow us all up.
Well, actually, a nuclear weapon shouldn't go fire up on.
I know.
An explosion.
No, it won't.
But I will
right.
not take that chance.
Yeah.
But you also don't know if they've rigged a dead man or something. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we don't know.
Right.
Too much uncertainties.
Is there a door, like an iris valve or something in between the crew quarters and the hallway leading to the bridge?
yeah, that sounds about accurate. Yeah.
Okay. So if we open up that door, I think we should step through it, even though we'll lose our cover, because otherwise, if we leave that door open, I mean, if they shoot back at us, it's going to hit the bomb.
Right. Right. And also, you have Michelle with you, right? She was going to disarm the bomb.
Yeah, so she'd be working on it behind the safety
Right.
of the door, hopefully.
Like,
Right.
oh, wow, guys, this is a real bomb. This is great. I've always wanted one of these. Thanks, Dad.
Pleasure.
Yeah, this is
Go.
totally rigged to kill all of us.
Oh my God.
That's great. I'll just get to work on disarming it.
All right.
You guys filed your wills before you left, right? 'Cause,
Mine auto updates every 20 minutes.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah. So the good news is as you step through the Iris store, the two guys up front are, they're so intent on using the heavy cutting torch on the bridge door, and that makes a lot of noise. They're not listening. Like one of them's calling back, like, Shiv, how's everything? You haven't called in for 20 minutes. Yeah, the other guy's like, you know that guy. He gets so moody.
Do we give them just one chance to surrender? Like go point our weapons at their back and just
Yeah, let's do that. That's the right thing to do. We'll go right up next to them, and put our barrels behind their heads and say, stop that.
Mhm.
Why don't you give me a might roll? Because you're being intimidating.
Well, I think it was actually Arnold that was probably talking to them.
You're totally at an advantage on this. Take an extra +2 on it because obviously.
All right. Thanks for the +2. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, one guy loses it right away. He's like, "Please don't shoot me! Activate my repatriation pods! I'm just a mercenary! I don't know what's going on!" The other guy just stands up, and you can see he's holding something in his fist. He's like, "You guys really don't understand how this works, right? Because you kill me, we all die."
What?
Oh yeah, that.
What are you, some kind of fanatic?
No, I'm not a fanatic. I'm just pointing that out. Like, you don't want to kill me.
No, I don't want you to kill. We don't want to kill you, but we want you to not do your mission either. Just get out here. Well, let's cart you to your pod, drop your every weapons, and just be on your way.
Okay, I'm on a private chat over to Michelle, telling her to really hurry with the nuke.
No pressure, Michelle, but
Yeah. Well, I try to be as non-threatening as possible, just to buy time.
Cool. So that's the only problem I have with the expert character is like somebody needs to make a roll, but who?
I think will be me trying to buy enough time for Michelle
That
to
sounds
actually do
good. Why
something
don't
with it.
you give me a grit roll here because you're being kind of you're just kind of playing it cool. No, 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 man, it's all good.
Oh, nice, 11.
There we go.
Yeah, that's my stuff. That's my thing. Come on, cool dude, just chill down. Nobody's going to die, especially not us, and everything's going to be all right.
All right, so you and the other guy had drawn back and forth. It's like, well, if nobody's gonna die, then you should just let the ship surrender to me, and then finally the little light in your helmet goes blinking, gives Michelle's disarm the dead man.
Yes.
All right, then I shoot him.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna make you roll for damage for this. You shoot him, and he has a look on his face, and he presses the button, and he's like, "Ah, crap," and then collapses.
Yeah, nobody likes true believers, man. That guy was trouble. He would have been
I
trouble.
look
down
at
the road.
I look at the other guy and said, "You made the right choice."
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, after a little conversation with back with your ship, relaying to Eve, the bridge doors open, or kind of halfway because they're partially melted, but and Captain Eve, who's a respectable-looking middle-aged woman, and Natalia, who's this young, hellish-looking woman with a huge gun, wearing battle armor. She was clearly ready for the last battle here. She looks at you. She looks at Eve. She looks back at you like, where's the rescue party?
There isn't one.
Yeah, it's us. We're the rescue
We
party.
just actually happen to be there.
Okay. No. No, I don't.
No?
I don't. No, wait, what?
Yeah. Say, hi, I'm Harper. Hey, hi.
Natalia Vapia. Okay. You act. Wow. All right. Uh, well, it looks like I could use a ride.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is great.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so she wants to get off the ship, and Captain Eve agrees because she's
Yeah.
valuable, and it's going to take them a while to get the Grace of Tarv back up and running. So they got pretty heavily damaged in the fight.
Yeah, it's gonna be more heavily damaged when we take our part.
Yeah, that's something I should be doing.
So you guys wanted to try and steal some parts from the hyperdrive?
Yes, please.
It's,
Okay.
I mean, it's not so much stealing as salvaging.
Right. Okay.
I
The Admiralty Court may disagree with that.
Look, we gave Michelle knows what we need, and there was so much stuff that got damaged in the fight with the robot. Nobody will even notice.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Arnold, why don't you give me a grit roll to help out Michelle as she tries to drag a box of parts out of the engines.
Mhm. Yeah, well, we'll probably because we are definitely taking back the nuke. This is for sure, and probably stick some parts next to it, like one big package.
Yeah, is a nuke on one of those like floating repulsor tray type things?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, if we don't have that, we can just take one from Shiv.
Okay.
Well, okay, so it's an 11.
An 11. All right, cool. You're able to do it quickly enough that I'm not going to cross off another segment on the clock. Well done. But yeah, you're definitely able to find it. You're pretty sure that a bunch of warning lights just went up on the bridge. Because Nixodox is hearing a transmission from Eve, I assume you have the radio off at this point.
No, I just have the volume turned down a little low.
Like, what are you idiots doing?
It's all under control.
Nothing. We aren't doing anything. It's it must be the robot. It must have done some more damage before it finally shut down.
All right, so you guys board the Lady of Camelot with Natalia, and of course she takes one look at the ship and like, you guys came here in this?
Oh man.
Yeah, always
start-
do.
I start cleaning up a little bit, throwing away bags of chips and stuff.
I can't decide if you're braver than you look or even stupider than you look.
Probably.
I know, she's mean.
Hey, somebody told us you were rich.
I'm not rich, but my liege is.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Your clan is there will be a reward, right?
Yes, like we won't blow you out of space when you approach our holding.
Well,
That's a reward, right?
Yeah, especially
I had in mind monetary compensation, but not being blown up is good too.
No, actually, we're going to go with monetary compensation because you are already expecting us for something, so you won't blow us up anyway.
wow.
Oh my God,
I don't think hardball.
you guys are the couriers?
We are the couriers.
Wow. I'm gonna give Alexandra a call when this is all over.
I don't know what. I don't understand what you're upset about. She said nobody would be expecting us. Nobody would expect a delivery from this ship.
You got me there, Chief. You got me there. All right. So, with little further ado, you're able to reach the Dax clan base. You dock, and Terran meets you in the hangar bay and just embraces Natalia. Like, I thought I lost you. Like, who the hell are you people?
Come on.
We're the couriers from what was the name of the Astrarms?
Oh, okay.
More like couriers / saviors.
You saved Natalia?
Indeed.
Well, then you are my honored guests.
Yeah, that's the kind of treatment. I mean, Natalia, she seems to have a sort of different definition of honored guests. She seems to think that not being blown up is honor enough.
I hired Natalia to make hard deals and be suspicious. So you'll have to forgive her.
You're getting your money. You're getting more than your money's worth.
Oh, don't I know it? All right. So you are invited to dinner with the clan head. She's very happy to see all of you. She's very happy to see the statue.
Right.
After so long, we finally have this item. This comes from old Earth, you know.
Oh,
yeah. I had heard that. She did say something about that. She was emphasizing how extremely valuable this was, and exactly how upset she would be if we failed to deliver it promptly.
Well, I cannot say enough about the good people of Astrarms. And you can tell Alexandra if you see her soon that the contracts are on the next courier out. We are so happy to be their clients now, and I'm sure with those weapons we'll be able to bring this destructive conflict to a final resolution.
Well, that sounds good, because you've definitely got a problem with pirates in this system. I mean,
Oh yeah, those weren't pirates. Those were Appian commerce raiders that attacked the ship.
It's almost as worse.
Commerce raiders, pirates. It's
no, I mean, I'm not proud. This is the Second Empire, my dear man. I mean,
Yes.
piracy is kind of how this started, and then it just got out of hand.
Yeah,
Right.
Understood, but
I'm just
I-
picturing like the first emperor is just like, yeah, I think I proclaimed myself emperor last week.
right.
Oh,
So yeah, she's happy to load the other statue inside your hidden cargo compartments, and
Well, she loads it onto the ship, and we load it into the hidden
Right.
compartments.
and so she does ask you, so where's your next destination? You heading right back out system?
Yep.
We're heading. Yes, we're heading on to the Vorex system, and we're going to deliver the statue to an Astrarms agent there.
Oh, good, excellent. That's
And-
excellent news.
I actually will appreciate a refuel.
Right, and and I think we need to take time to repair the hyperdrive coil, which blew out on our entry into the system.
Yes, you do. Michelle doesn't get to come to the feast because she's
Oh,
not working on
that's
the
so
hyperdrive.
typical. So typical. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
I'll
but
take
but we bring her a doggy bag. It's fine.
Oh God. I'm having IT flashbacks and I'm hating it. Like it's still warm. What? Yeah.
Yes. And you were only 4 hours late because you were all, dancing and having a really great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, the next morning you push off from the Dax stronghold and you swing out and meet, of course, fake a direction that makes it look like you're headed out systems at a jump point and swing back and head towards Vobus, I imagine. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right. So Vobus's clan base is in a much sparser populated segment of the belt, but in between you and them is a dense band of asteroids that are called the Appian Scatters, and they are theoretically lousy with Appian commerce raiders and other fun folk.
Okay. I mean, would it be possible to circle around the Appian the Appian belt, or is this?
It takes
Possibly, but it would run some time off the clock, and thus impact your bonus.
Oh well, okay. So I'm sure it'll be fine.
This is probably like we're sitting around the little galley and the little table that we eat at and having this conversation, this super important conversation about our strategy for this. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Survivability or money?
Right.
Yeah.
I
think we're all
money.
We've got a nuke. What could?
Yeah,
that's true.
We are not armed. We don't have the means to deliver it, but we have weapon.
Man, we're a menace to society.
Yeah.
We have WMDs on board.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. Dear diary, I gave my Rovers PCs a nuke.
Wow.
I think you just better check to make sure it's not made by the Chekhov Arms Company.
If you introduce a nuke in the first scene, that's right.
It's got a level of city, by the way. All right. So one of the virtues of making Dax happy with you is they gave you some charts. So why don't you make me a wit roll there, Nicodoxus? But take a -1 because even with the charts, this is pretty nasty flying.
Okay. That's a 9.
9. How fascinating. All right. So
I love how she really wallows in our misery.
as you're cruising through, you start picking up, scattered sensor images, probably from another cloaked ship or ships. They're having similar problems to you. Uh, but you don't worry about it too much because obviously there's commerce raiders all throughout the system. But as you pass through the densest part of the scatters and get through to a more open region, still in the scatters, but much, not nearly as nasty. One of those ships continues to follow you, pacing you exactly as if they can see right through your cloak.
Oh, okay. That's. We may have it. We may have a tail.
We might have to use the nuke early. That makes me sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't want that, but
Yeah. I mean, it would make a really good distraction.
Yeah, especially if it went off like right on top of them.
Exactly.
That would
Exactly.
be an
I think they would.
attraction, yes.
okay.
Okay.
Just let's take a minute and say we don't do that.
Okay. Other ideas, Arnold? Engineering department?
Are there other stations between us and the Vobus?
Probably. Most of them aren't on the map. There are a couple of locations kind of vaguely filled in on your charts, like possible. A lot of them are like possible Appian base. There are, there's one that's marked possible Vobis base, and of course they left all the DAX bases off the chart entirely, and they're not telling you.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So a bunch of hives of scum and villainy are available to us.
Right.
Yeah, there
well,
are also probably a bunch of prospecting type settlements throughout this area.
Right. Well, the Volbus base might be worth detouring to if it's close enough. We might be able to get help there.
No, we don't know who's telling us. If it's Appia, we actually don't care where we go. But if it's our Dax, it's a Dax ship, then we don't want to go to Bobus.
Right. I mean, I kind of. Let's see. I could try to do some fancy piloting and lose them.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that is your
that
thing.
Would be like a best case scenario.
Just kind of like go in.
But if we do that, then they'll know that we know that they're following them, and they might just attack.
Oh no, we don't have weapons.
Right. Well, except for the nuke.
Yeah. Well, if it comes to that.
Yeah.
Well, except for the nuke. I think that's the phrase of the session.
We are unarmed. Except
we're
for the
unarmed. We have a nuke, but we're unarmed.
It's too much of a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel like maybe we should use the nuke. It's just put it in a little stealth pod, set it to detonate with a timer, and when it goes off, go into evasive maneuvers. Just get us. I mean, they won't be able to track us through the nuclear blast, so that'll give us time to lose whatever luck they've got on us.
What I don't like is we don't know who is following us.
Right. But I mean, do we need to know if we can lose them? I mean, we don't even have to blow them up. We just have to put a nuclear blast between us and them, so we have time to lose them.
That I'm down with.
Oh, I see what you mean. Just to wipe out their sensors.
Yes.
Right.
And be completely harmless after that.
Maybe that is the best move. I'm already starting, that is to say that Harper is starting to get like that thing that dragons get with their gold. I'm starting to feel that way about the nuke, and it scares me. Like I feel like we should just get rid of it because now I want another one.
Right. Okay. So I think that's the plan. We're going to we're going to drop off the nuke, and when it gets to a safe distance between the two ships, detonate it, and immediately change course, duck through some asteroids, and just put on some speed, get enough distance so that whatever is tracking us loses us.
Okay, pilot. That's definitely a grit roll for you. I mean, but first, no, all right, that's fine. It's a great roll. Michelle rigs up the stealth pod, like, but Dad, I wanted to play with the nuke.
Oh, I feel the same way,
Yeah,
Michelle.
I mean, you are playing with the nuke.
Okay, I have an idea. How about we try to lose them, and if they get more aggressive, we drop the nuke.
The thing is, I think if we do that, they're going to be on the alert.
Yeah, well, they have a nuke in their face.
Right, but it's going to be harder to position the nuke between us and them if they're watching us more closely. I mean, and remember, we've got to get a good distance from the nuke before we detonate it. So
That's
we
true.
need to
That's
be
just
we
science.
need to be moving. We need both of us to be moving in a straight line to be sure that it's between us when we set it off.
I'm sorry, girl.
It is going to be sad. We'll never get another nuke again, probably.
That's all right,
Right.
Dad. I mean, I will get to see a nuke. I will be able to study what happens when we set it off, so that's good.
That's true.
Okay, this is definitely a great role for our pilot. I'm just gonna clear the dice from the room. So, there we go.
Okay. It's a 9. I think I am going to use my last strain and push it up to a full. There we go.
Oh,
All right, on a crit, that's awesome. So a couple things happen. The first is, you drop the nuke and you zap and you zip away. The second is it goes off. However, the ship was already decelerating as soon as you dropped it, as if it was picking up images from it.
That's
So
how they
it
track
didn't get
us.
it. Not only did it not get disintegrated or anything, but it did knock down the cloak. At which point you can see that the ship has shields. So you're like, oh, that's fun. And the fourth thing is, with a critical hit like that, you can tell from the ship and its transponder. It's a critical hit. Sure, why not? Okay, it's Appian livery and Appian transponder codes. But you're not so sure, Nicodoxus. You're sure that it's supposed to look like Appian livery. You're not 100% sure it really is Appian livery.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's possible that the Dax were tracking us after we left them.
This is why I didn't want to blow the ship behind us. It might be Natalia.
Right. No. I mean, yeah. We weren't trying to blow up the ship. We were just trying to put a big screen of exploding radioactive gas between us so that they couldn't track us.
So you're getting hailed by them.
hailed.
We are ignoring their hails.
Yeah.
I mean, we are cloaked. We are changing course. We are getting as far from them as we can.
All right. Cloak the fact that you're cloaked does not seem to bother them in the slightest.
Okay.
And they are accelerating faster than they have previously shown.
Man, well, maybe my
those hails are coming in faster and faster too.
Can we ditch them? Can you do it, Captain?
I can try.
Would it help if I played some Highway to the Danger Zone on my laser disc?
That could not hurt, but it probably
That can never
Right.
hurt.
Then consider it so.
All right. I mean, okay. I guess since we aren't able to lose them, I reply. That was an unidentified Appian freighter. That was your only warning.
Yeah, we've got tons of those. Tons.
Am I talking to Nicodoxus? Something, Bofar Champ, Fulman, the 12th of Pelagot?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe. Who's it? Who am I talking to?
Are you telling
That
me
would-
that you have an Apian X?
That would be easier to explain if we were allowed to come into range and send someone over.
Oh, man.
I
I don't even trust tight beam communications in the system.
am not sure I want to permit that.
It's not that I don't like that, but I kind of hate it more than robots.
Let me ask you, do you have a Arnold Jasper on your ship?
You seem to be curiously specific about our crew manifest.
Just tell him that we're from Miss A.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Well, I got extra hour.
Well, it means that they know who hired us.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got the mute button on while I'm explaining that to the rest of my crew.
All right.
I mean,
Man,
I think we.
a good nuke for nothing.
No. Oh, it's the worst part.
Yeah, that is the worst part. All right. And let's just make sure that our cargo is really, really well hidden. And
Simon, I'm having some trouble hearing you.
Oh.
It's just a little low on the volume, I think.
testing 1, 2.
That's better.
All right. So let's make sure that our cargo is really, really well hidden, and we will let him in. One person.
All right, so you guys heave to. They fire a couple of warning shots, though they tell you every time, they're like, we're going to fire a warning shot.
Like, these guys are jerks.
So one guy comes over in a spacesuit, and much to your surprise, when he meets you, Arnold, it's not a guy who looks military at all. He's, in fact, wearing a kind of utility corporate suit.
Okay.
Hey, Arnold, right?
Yeah.
So I'm definitely not from Astrarms, okay? I'm not from Astrarms, all right? Did you pick up the meteoric glass statue from Clan Dex?
Well, Clan Dex does not have the meteor glass statue anymore.
That's great.
That I can tell you.
If you guys have it, give it to me, because that's our mission. And then you guys can go on your merry way.
Okay.
Okay.
You have any credentials?
Well, if I was carrying credentials and I got captured, then they would know who I'm from.
Yeah, but we're not going to...
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, I'm not sure Mrs. A will be happy with your receipt unless we have credentials.
What, you want us to make this look good? That's fine. I can get some guys over here to rough everybody up and make it look like we're solid.
That's not what he's saying. Well, we're not going to get paid if we don't do our mission, right? Or are we?
Oh, yeah, but this is your mission.
Really?
What, you think we're going to give the statue to Clan Vobus and have everybody be all peaceful and happy?
Yeah, it
That
did
would
seem
be
unlikely.
ridiculous.
He's got a point.
Well,
No,
see,
no, no, no. Our mission is to keep the war going.
well, see, if you're saying that if we hand the statue over to you, you will be completing our mission, and were you planning to deliver our payment when at the moment we hand over the statue?
I believe you're going to Vorex. You'll be paid on Vorex as per the normal agreement.
Well, the
See,
normal
I'm not
agreement does not cover
entirely sure
sales.
that I will be getting paid if we. It's we are fearfully mistrustful. It's I mean, and the I mean, you
mean-
can.
You did toss a nuke at us, and we're not even mad. Well, the
Oh,
captain's mad, and the 3 guys that are in sick bay from radiation sick.
They're pretty
Well,
bad. Don't get shields.
Hey, we weren't even trying to hit you.
yeah.
Yeah, no, we appreciate that. It's all good. It's just business. It's just business. Gotta keep up appearances.
Yeah, and I mean the appearances here are that you don't have any credentials.
Well,
Well, that's true. That's true. We kind of just figured that we would run up and beat you up, and then you guys would never have to know. But then you threw a nuke at us, so we decided that we would have to negotiate with you.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I had no orders to kill you. No orders. I mean, the captain would like that as he wants to claim that as his quarterly bonus, but we've got no orders to kill you.
oh man, I think they're on the level. I was confused about why an arms company would want to stop selling arms.
Hey,
I mean, can we
hey,
get a psionic? Can we get a psionic reading on this guy?
I keep forgetting I can do those things.
oh, right. I'm
Right, but
psychic.
how do you actually tell me so that they don't know that I'm psionic? Do you like?
I mean, it's like I've been giving you these sideways matches for like 5 minutes now, and finally
Captain, you're-
I just walk over and I kick you in the ankle.
Oh! And I stare really hard at the guy. Yeah.
give me strain and make me a wit roll.
All right. Eight.
Okay, 8. So you get an overwhelming sense of nervousness from this guy that he's covering up extremely well because he's a mega corporate guy. To all appearances, you're the impression you're getting is he is in fact a middle manager for Astrarms or one of their subcontracted corporations, but he's really nervous because he's not quite told you how pissed off the captain really is. And how things were said, like, you're getting these flashes of memory with the captain tearing up a contract in front of him and saying things like, rape the bonus, we're going to kill them.
Oh man.
Okay.
Uh,
I mean, can you tell exactly why this was not prearranged?
um,
I mean, like if Astrarms had just told us to rendezvous with this ship.
It does seem that they really just kind of were going to beat you up, take the thing, and then that way you didn't have to know and then you couldn't give them up.
yeah, I guess we would have had plausible deniability.
Pretty much.
So
but you can
Yeah.
think that they are from Astrum.
This guy seems to be from Astrarms. The ship is, maybe one of their defense contractors.
so I will in heavily accented spacer dialect, I will say to the captain, in sort of a pigeon, basically they're gonna kill us.
Okay, so let's negotiate with the guy in front of us.
Okay.
We're gonna tell him that we'll give him the statue, and we'll put him in it. We'll put him in an escape pod and jettison him right before we go to hyperspace. And the other ship has to give us enough distance that we know we can get to hyperspace after we jettison the escape pod.
Yeah. Otherwise, no statue and no middleman.
Okay, let me just relay this to the captain. So he like goes into the corner of the room. He's like doing one of those glance back at you while he talks, and then he's like looks at you guys again. Then he's like, "Put." And at that point, Arnold, you get a frantic message from Michelle.
Okay.
Dad, I've never seen the signature for a particle accelerator firing up, but I'm pretty sure it looks like this.
Get us out of here.
Yeah. Fullman, take the helm and go.
Right? Yeah.
And
Okay,
we're taking
I'm
that guy with us.
I'm sprinting to the bridge and it's like, Michelle, get us to hyperspace.
What? Here in the middle of an asteroid belt?
It's never been done, but now is the time.
Okay. So, just so I'm clear, your plan now is to abscond with the statue.
Well, I mean, we are not going to shoot it out with these people.
Well, clearly.
So it's like it's not exactly absconding it if we deliver it to Astrarms on Vorax.
Okay. So, that is a good point. First, I'm going to need you to make a pilot roll just to get out of range of the other ship, basically, before you get to hyperspace. And
Okay.
I think Arnold, you get to be your daughter's assistant as usual.
Before you roll for the pilot, let's see. You're what are you at on this? A +3?
Yeah, assuming it's a wits roll.
It might be.
Okay. All right. I know you're out of strain, so I still have a point
Right.
left. So if it comes down to it, I might be able to help you because I can use your pilot skill once per game.
That's true.
But
And
your bonus is much higher than mine, so.
if anything else fails, you jack of all trades can use my lucky talent too.
That's true too.
So
That's true, and I've got the jack of all trades thing as well.
Oh.
So, what would escaping via wits look like before I okay that as the rule? Because I'm just curious. My natural instinct is that this is grit because you're acting under fire, but it could well be wit. I just need to know how you're turning this into a clever stratagem.
Well, instead,
Nobody would expect us to engage the hyperdrive in the middle of an asteroid field. It's, I mean, it's going. Only the most talented navigator could pull off a maneuver like this.
Well,
okay.
I mean, it's going to take.
Math calculations. It takes some math.
Yeah.
No, I buy that. Okay. However, you are taking off in the middle of an asteroid belt, so we're gonna have to give you a. I think I'm justified hitting you with the worst disadvantage, so it's -2.
Okay.
But you can do it. I've
All right.
seen you roll 15s.
Yeah, not with a -2. You haven't. But... All right. Let's see what I. Okay, that's 8 plus -2 plus 3 is 9. So we may take a little bit of damage on the way out.
anything I can do to help? Is there a helping roll, something like that?
Okay.
Normally, we want to help. If you're going to step in, and they're actually
Right. No, I mean I do have my jack of all trades, which I can
Okay.
use to copy the lucky thing. So
All right.
if it's too much damage, I can use my lucks to sort of minimize it, so we just get banged up a bit.
This is what I think the answer to this is going to be. I'm going to roll the die of fate.
Aha.
A 3. So what that would mean is that the sudden jump to hyperspace, which causes weird variable gravity throughout the ship, would not destroy, but damage fairly seriously the meteoric glass statue.
Oh no! Oh no! That's not good. Do you want to invoke your luck?
Right. Yeah, I am definitely invoking my luck.
Okay.
My luck, but anyway.
Right. I am invoking the collective luck.
All right, cool. So you're yes. There's the
So-
various swapping around of JOT hits, and so what you realize that the gravity is way more severely variable than you're used to, and you can't compensate for it. So you cut the hyperdrive governor early and drop out of hyperspace, far away, but still in the system. And of course, the hyperspace flash is visible to lots of people. So you are now clear of the Appian scatters. You know that there is a big ship hunting for you, but you are halfway to Vobis now. You have enough fuel, maybe, for another jump.
Maybe.
Maybe. The
Right.
problem is like you definitely have fuel for another jump. It's just, do you have enough fuel for another jump to get you all the way to the next system?
Right.
Right. Well, if we make the original delivery, then we're sort of clear.
That's true. I mean,
True.
that is what Alexandra hired you for. It's in the
Yes.
text of the contract. So
Right. Right. So that may be our best option, especially since we're clear of the Appian sector.
Well, my thought is to do the original job because this is what we're hired for. And
Right.
if really Alextra
Right.
has arranged this, she's going to be in be in hell of hurt.
Right. Okay. All right. So we're gonna try to make it to the original one, or actually we're gonna check the charts. Are there any Volbus bases near where we came out? Even not even the original one, but any at all?
I say, oh my God, Captain, I have some bad news. These charts indicate we're 10,000 years in the past. Nah, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Die of Fate comes up as a 2, so I'm gonna say no. What there is a convoy of Vobis ships nearby.
Oh, maybe we could join the
Okay.
convoy.
Yeah.
We're gonna join this convoy.
Yeah.
Maybe we could hit
Yeah,
the gate
that
going
seems-
88.
Right.
That's actually could be a good idea.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's hail the convoy and request and ask to let us accompany them.
All right, so you hail the convoy master ship, and like, well, how y'all doing tonight? Are you inbound the Vobis territory?
We are. We just had a bit of trouble with some Appian raiders. We had to make a hyper jump out of the asteroid belt. It was kind of bit of a rough ride.
Well, now that's just crazy, son. Engaging your hyperspace drive inside an asteroid belt? That's just... my hat is off to you. He takes off his hat. That is some amazing flying. However, I got a question for you first. Who in the hell are you people?
That
Couriers.
that is a very
wait.
fair question. I am Nicodoxus Varokozish Beaufonchon Wolfscheid Harkon Fomon the 12th of Pelagot, and I am a courier with a delivery to the Volbis clan on
Not
behalf of Astroms.
Not of the St. Cloud before Shambles shine Harkart Fulmans of Pelagot.
The same.
Well, I'll be. I knew your grandpappy.
Oh, come now.
Oh yeah, my grandpappy, he got around.
He surely did.
Oh my god.
Well, you have a delivery for Vobis?
We do, and we could use an escort in because I am just a little nervous with all the raiders in this system.
Well, now you
We've been
should be. You should be.
yeah. We have not been having good luck on this trip. I'll tell you that.
It is a danger and it is a crying shame. And, the real trouble is that there's just not enough law and order in this system,
That's true.
There's just not enough law and order. I mean, innocent folks have to pay through the gills just to get any kind of protection. It's just not fair, is it?
It is not. I mean, I am tempted to write a letter to the Empress. It is.
Strongly worded letter to the Empress.
Well, now, that all may do well. Fortunately, we are a well-armed convoy, but it is a crying shame that people have to pay protection.
Man.
Hey, wait a second.
I swear to God, if we break even on this.
I think I know you. Are you Richard Harkon?
Why? No, that's my
Yes.
brother.
Well, then your brother owes me a debt.
Oh hell, Richard! Let me get.
I misplaced some cargo for him a while ago and still haven't paid.
Oh.
Well, all right. Just keep formation and don't make me regret this.
Oh, nicely done, Richard, man.
All right. So
Connection used.
you slowly proceed in the convoy now towards the main Vobis clan base. Eventually, you are met by incoming Vobis fighters, and they escort you in. And so you arrive, you dock, and are greeted by a group of Vobis soldiers right at the bay.
Right, and by the way, we are going to lock the supposed Appian really arm. What is the name of the Astrarm's agent in one of the staterooms?
Oh yeah, true.
'Cause
We had him.
we probably don't want to turn him over to
that makes
the
sense.
Volbus clan.
Yeah, we might need to, if we have like one of those, carbamite things, we need to put them in that, whatever.
All right, so you are brought in to meet Caven of Vobis.
Can I just get a quick bathroom break?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, we're getting close to wrapping up. So
Yeah.
Let's just take 5 minutes and then we'll go into
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Right. So you are brought to Caven of Vobis, in his throne room because he kicks it old school. And even I think Nicodoxus can appreciate the elegance and grandeur of this throne room. Sure, it's carved out of the core of an asteroid in some system on the edge of the Empire, but it's still filled with relics from the First Empire. There's a huge banner that traces the descent of Clan Vobis from one of the disputed last emperors of the First Empire. There's artifacts and furniture from old Earth. It's all impressive as hell. Kaven is an older guy with white hair, and he's wearing a gold circlet, and he's just looks at you guys. So you're the courier, and you came in that ship, and you
Okay.
got through the Appian scatters, and by activating a hyperdrive, and really?
Okay, what is people with underestimating our ship? They all do it.
She's faster than it looks.
Well, all right. So you have the statue.
Wait, 12. I can't hear you. You're muted.
Whoops. Oh, whoops. Sorry. Yes. I did not unmute after returning from the bathroom. Sorry. Okay. Yes, Your Majesty, and we've got it loaded onto this anti-grav cart, and it's inside the case. We take it into the throne room and open it up and present it.
And you brought this from Dax.
No, it's a gift from Astron.
Well,
We retrieved it from Dax as agents of Astroms.
exactly.
Interesting. Well then, I guess we have no choice. We must unite with our clan brothers in Clan Dax and destroy the menace that is Appian.
Exactly. That'll probably require some additional weaponry. We can mention that to our employers.
I think that would be wise. I cannot believe that this is back. It is a perfect likeness of one of the household gods of old Earth. He was royal. He was some kind of royalty. That is why he was the king of Burger. I don't know what that means. The ancients are very strange.
I worked at Burger King before.
Yes.
I'm going to have nightmares.
Such a treasure belongs with one of the most noble houses of the Empire.
Yes. You've done well, Beaufort. Well, I would say that you're rewarded, but you just did your job. So good job.
Oh, it's a grim future, is what it is. It's grim and dark.
Yeah.
But we will refuel your ship, and yeah, if you need any protection on the way out, we'll be happy to provide it. This is a great day for our clan. I am disappointed. I had hoped to, drive the Dax before me and hear the wailing of their men and the frustrated shouts of their women, but such it is.
Well,
there will always be another war, Your Majesty.
Yeah, that's what the Appia clan
Today you're allies. Next year, who knows?
Thanks. That makes me feel better, Beaufort.
Yeah, the Dax might do something stupid on the battlefield, and you go to war with them all over again.
Who knows?
Well, one can always hope. Perhaps that will be my gift for the Empress's birthday.
In the meantime, likes a good war.
Oh,
yeah.
She sure does. She sure does. Well, in the meantime, feel free to feast. You can draw the purple ration cards. Why not?
Woo! Man, we got some good meals out of it this time around, I have to say. We've definitely, had our fill of food and drink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We still gotta get paid, though.
Hey, Harper, do you want to give me a wit roll?
Sure.
Thanks.
Eight.
8. Okay. There's this one guy in the court, and he does absolutely nothing that seems unsettling or suspicious. But every time you go near this guy, you get the heebies.
Hmm.
And he seems to be some kind of useless noble hanger on at court. He likes to carouse with you guys and play games with Nicodoxus, and like every time he comes near you, you just feel nervous.
I'd like to tentatively probe his mind, try to figure out why I feel that way around him.
Do you have the strain to spend?
I do. I have one left.
Cool. Give me a wit roll, I think.
All right. 10.
A 10. Okay, you probably wait until he looks like he's just not paying attention to you, because you're able to get in behind his defenses for just a second before his mind slams shut like a steel trap. And you know without a doubt this guy's a VOSEC agent.
Oh, interesting.
When that happens, he just sort of stiffens and then he sidles up to you like, "We don't forgive and we don't forget, Harper."
Oh, come on now. We're on neutral territory here.
We're on Imperial territory here. We were on neutral territory. But just so that you know, you have a chance here. You have a chance to make this right with us. Not to make it all go away, because there's no that yeah. You can make this right. Just tell us where it is. Tell us where Theron is. That's all we need to know.
I literally do not know. I actually do not know where they're at. I mean, we handed over Theron, and could be anywhere.
Where they're at?
Well,
Who helped Theron?
if I tell you who helped Theron, will you stop hunting me for a little while?
Well, we won't stop hunting you, but this will definitely look better in your permanent record.
Let's see. We went to a lot of trouble to get him out. Man, I wish I was a badass fighter type person. I would take him in a room and shiv him, but I'm not.
Need help?
Note to self: become badass fighting dude.
Right? Yeah. I think I say, listen, we can't talk here. We don't know who else is sensitive. Meet me tonight at 0100 in the morning, and I'll tell you as much as I know.
All right, Harper. It's a deal.
All right, I'll walk over to the to the rest of you guys and explain what just happened and say it is imperative that we leave before 0100 this morning.
Yeah, I agree.
Understood. Yes.
We got to get paid and we got to leave.
Okay, so
So I'm Michelle. I'm sorry, we cannot feast this time
Well-
again.
I literally just got here, Dad.
Right now. Sorry.
Yeah, we need you to prep the drive for a hyperspace jump. We wanted to take your time. We want this jump to be smooth, not like the last one.
That one wasn't my fault. And she stomps
I'm
away.
not saying it was. I'm just saying it was a little rough.
All right, so you guys sneak off in the dead of night while everybody's having a feast and celebrating the return of their fabulous cultural icon, and make an uneventful jump to Vorex. Cool. Yeah, actually, we got like 10 minutes. Let's go through the trading system. Since we got that, I assume you're gonna do that as soon as possible when you land.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so when you go to sell, answer the following questions and roll with +1 for each yes. Does the source world have a higher tech level than the destination world? I don't think it did. No, it did. That's right. Estrov is high tech. So that's yes. Is the lot valuable?
Yeah, you said it was.
Yeah, it is. Yes, so that's 2. Is the destination world market the lot's target market? Yes. Do you have a buyer lined up? No. So roll it +3.
Okay, is that wit?
No, it's just roll it +3.
Oh, it's just unmodified. Okay, so that's a 10.
Nice.
On a 10, you can choose 3 from the following list, and the hidden secret, of course, of all Powered by the Apocalypse lists is if they don't tell you that you can only choose each choice once, that does not obtain. So your choices are earn 1 credit in profit for every cargo sold, get a tip on some lots, which gives you +1 forward to your buy roll. You don't attract undue notice, and you're able to sell as much cargo as you want.
Okay, well, I think we definitely want to earn a profit.
Okay. So you'll earn 2 creds. Well, so what are the rest of the ones you're gonna choose? I would suggest you don't attract undue notice and sell as much cargo and grab your 2 creds out of this.
That sounds pretty good.
Did we just lose Steve?
Oh, we did at the worst possible time. Oh, there he is.
Yeah. Sorry, it looked like I cut out for a second. So I'm going to take earn 1 credit in profit, don't attract undue notice, sell as much cargo as we want.
That's cool. Yeah, I figured that's what you would do. So cool. Yeah. So basically, you're just dumping this stuff because you didn't pay for it, so it's pure profit.
Right, pure profit.
So you can just undercut the hell out of the market, and you just make a deal with some noble that you meet at a club or a tea room perhaps, and it's pretty easy. So you sell your luxuries. I don't know, silk. Yeah, let's go silk.
All right.
Some kind of silk and weave stuff. Cool. So you earned yourself an extra 2 creds for this. And not long after, you guys have your meeting with Alexandra.
Well.
Waiting her with the...
Yes.
Hello, boys. How'd it go?
And we bring the liaison from the fake Appia ship with us, and so Alexandra, it seems like you tried to get out of paying us. You tried to rob the ships that we wouldn't fulfill the contract.
Who's the wet noodle here?
It says he's an Astrarm's agent.
Oh,
He's
okay.
on a ship that...
Okay. It's like, hey, buddy, what's your name? He's like, Val. She's like, okay, Val, you're fired. Get out of here. You're NDA, and remember your NDA. Listen.
Hold on a second, Val. Do you need passage out system? We've got a ship.
Our rates are reasonable. So she just looks at you like, look, boys, I was always going to pay you what you earned. We just had a little thing going. If we kept the war going, then we would continue to sell weapons to both sides, and Astrarms would make money. If we didn't, we would sell arms to Dax and Vobus and to Appian, who would be confused about the attempted act of piracy on an unarmed courier, and eventually, and Astrarms would get paid. So you get paid too. We weren't going to kill you. I mean, they were under strict orders not to kill you.
Yeah, the captain didn't get the memo.
Yeah, but we weren't going to get beat up. I mean, you're going to have to pay us a lot more than 2 creds.
Yeah, they were charging up their particle cannon. They were going to obliterate us.
Did you or did you not throw a nuke at a very expensive Astrarms ship?
We didn't know who they were. What would you have done?
We didn't know it was an expensive ship. We thought it was a cheap raider.
Strangely enough, I generally don't throw nukes at people, even if I don't know who they are. It's just my thing. It's not like I'm against... it's not like I'm against...
We were actually throwing it at them. We were throwing it between them.
I see.
It was near them.
You know the old saying about nukes. Nukes and horseshoes are the only two things that almost almost counts. Listen, boys, it's not like I got a problem with throwing a nuke. I mean, we all been there.
She's seen some shit.
I'm just saying. All right.
I'm just saying that if you had briefed us more clearly about what you wanted us to do.
Yes, but then if you had been captured, you would have told us, or maybe you would have backstabbed me with Dax. So it was. Can't you see that this was the much cleaner way to the path of profit? Anyway.
I mean, it might be cleaner from your point of view. From our point of view,
and that's the point of view that matters.
Yes.
All right, boys. So you each earned yourself 2 creds piece. That's fantastic. Now, to be honest, your on-time performance on this one only would have netted you 2 creds as a bonus for your group, but you do have some complaints. The briefing was a little incomplete. There was a nuke involved. I had to fire a guy. So I'm going to pay you out of what we were going to pay Val. So earn yourself an extra 3 creds as a group.
All right.
That's you guys are the best. Don't forget we have an ironbound contract included, and that includes an NDA.
That's true. Yeah, all right. So we're what's our total at? Minus...
Okay.
Right, so that's 5 creds plus 2 creds apiece, and let's see, what is the maintenance?
No. So you got 2 creds apiece, so that's 6. And then you earned an extra 3, so that's a total of 9 creds. Oh, and then you sold
plus 2 for the cargo. Yeah.
Yep. So that's 11 creds total on this haul. And the upkeep of the ship is only 4.
So that's that's 7 creds.
So
total.
That's 2 apiece, and the captain keeps the extra.
Right.
Sounds good.
Right. Man. Well, I'll give one to Michelle because she did miss out on both of the banquets, and I feel like, I mean, even though she's underage, I feel like she's worth the cred.
I'll be like 25, but whatever.
Yeah, I thought she was adult.
Yeah. Oh,
like
well,
really young adult.
Whatever.
It's like Dark Matter. We just keep calling her kid, even though she's obviously not.
Yeah.
Well, she's always been a little
She's 25, really? I'll take your word for it.
Did you get her did you hand her the money in in some card with a rabbit on the cover?
Yeah, no, like a unicorn.
Right, with glitter.
Happy birthday, Michelle.
All right. So everybody, you earned another experience point. I think
Woohoo!
that's
I-
gonna, yeah, that Harper, you've leveled. You can actually stick that ability in someplace that'll be useful.
I'm going to add another tag too. In addition to being young and energetic, I am now cynical because this was a really eye-opening experience for
Nice.
Harper.
So yeah, anybody that levels will earn a skill and their attribute. They get an extra one on their attributes and other fun stuff. So hey, that was session 2 of Rovers. More zany fun. Somehow you managed to survive, and
I just want to add one thing for the meeting with Extra.
sure.
I didn't say anything during the meeting, and Arnold didn't say anything. He was like glaring at her. He really didn't like what she pulled through, and he he just want her to know that it wasn't okay.
Yeah, I will. I have made a note of that. Yeah, that may come in. After all, Astroms does have rivals.
True.
Mhm.
Oh man, that was an awesome episode. Even though you got Shadowrun in my Traveler, that was still awesome.
Oh, I'm sorry. The mega corporation arms dealers tried to stab you guys in the back. Wow.
I was shocked.
Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Oh man, I gotta say the fight on the what was the name of that ship?
The Grace of Tarv.
The Great. Yes, that was as good as any snapshot battle that I was ever in. That was awesome.
I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I remember a lot of people were fond of Snapshot. I never actually got to play it, but okay. Well, I hope everybody had a good time. I did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
We'll be meeting again next week, and I think Michael will get to join us for that finally.
Finally, okay.
I have kept the broadcast this time, so I'll try and get this up as an AP for the Gauntlet.
Okay.
That's all right.
All right,
Okay.
guys.
All right.
Thank you all so much. Have a great week. I'll see you soon.
All right.
Okay.
Good night.
You too.
All right.
Bye.
Ciao, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.